Hello, Random Reads here. I'm gonna be doing the next part of my story. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm gonna get straight into it with no time to spare. 3, 2, 1, woo! Okay. Bakugou had you pinned on the wall. You looked at him. Why are you doing this to me? I don't even know you. He looks at you. What do you think I'm doing? I'm just trying to figure out what your quirk is, but you ran away, so I followed you, and then why do you have me pinned on the wall? Because I knew you weren't gonna listen otherwise. You looked at him. God, you knew he was right. Okay, well, do you really want to know my quirk? He looks at you. Yeah. My quirk is when you use your quirk on me, I can take it from you. But only for a few minutes. So it's kind of like Mr. Zawa's quirk, erasing your quirk, but I take it and I can use it against you. He looks at you. That's a powerful quirk. Good thing you're on the hero side. He lets you go and walks away. You hear a toilet flush. Your wrist started to hurt, so you looked at them. They were red. You walked back to the class. All the boys stared at you when you walked in. You noticed they always stare at you. I mean, you weren't unattractive, but you weren't the most pretty girl in here, or so you thought. Even Mr. Zawa stared at you sometimes. It made you uncomfortable. You wanted to move to a different class. You were noticeably younger than most of the people here. You're 1 year younger than them. You moved here, and your quirk was too advanced, as you already knew. They asked, so the person sitting next to you asked, "How old are you? You look a little bit younger than everybody." You said 15. "Oh, so you're a year younger than most of us." "Yeah, I'm supposed to be a first year, but my quirk was too advanced to be a first year, so they moved me to the second years." "Oh, so you're really strong," a boy with bi-colored hair said. "Yeah. So? You felt really uncomfortable and you didn't know how to take this." He noticed your uncomfortableness and he said, "Don't be uncomfortable, we're just wondering." This boy was very calm. You felt a bond with him clinically almost immediately, almost like a brother and sister bond. He noticed that. So after class, he walked up to you and started walking with you to go to lunch with you, thinking it's the least that he can do for a new student. You guys talked and you had a lot in common. He talked how his father was Endeavor, and you said how you felt bad for him and knowing the situation that he's in. All the people stared at you when you were around everybody because everybody thought you were very attractive. You didn't think that much of it though. You didn't think you were very attractive, and you quite hated yourself for it too. So when you got back to the classroom, some of the boys got up to you. A good guy that you remember, I think his name was Danky, you said. So Danky walked up to you. "Hey, your name? What's up?" He nudged you. "Nothing much." And you nudged him back. You kind of had like a connection of a bro almost. Bakugou noticed this. He walked up to Danky and said, "Come on." You looked at Bakugou. There's something weird about that guy. After school, you walked with him, with Todoroki. Bakugou running up to you and said, "We need to talk." Okay, Bakugou, but why?" You guys talked for a little bit, noticing that he was gonna beat you and all that and just bragging about himself. A few weeks later, you and Todoroki almost had a relationship, but most people thought you were in a relationship, but you weren't. You guys were just really good friends. Neither of you being emotionally prepared for a relationship. Bakugou noticed this, and he looked almost jealous. You and Bakugou talked sometimes, and sat at his table sometimes. He had a thing called the Bakugou squad, but you weren't in it, definitely. You were just more of a bystander that Bakugou didn't like but didn't mind. You thought so. Or at least that's what you thought. So when you were walking one day and Bakugou stopped you and said, "We need to talk after school," you felt really, really anxious and not knowing what to do. You and Bakugou have been talking for a while, and sometimes you would go out to coffee shops. You didn't think much of it. You thought he did that to everybody. But when you noticed that he was just really mean to everybody, you started wondering, why is he nice to me? After school, you felt really nervous, and you couldn't do it, so you just walked home, thinking that since it's Friday, you wanted to go visit your family. You walked home, leaving Bakugou at the stairways where you said that you would meet. A few hours later, your phone rang. "Hey, why weren't you at the stairway? I was trying to talk to you." You made up a lie and said, "It was very urgent. I need to go home." He said, "Fine, but I want to talk to you tomorrow at the coffee shop at 7 p.m. You said fine, and the next day you didn't answer. Or the next. Or the next. You got really tired, so you laid down. Your phone still ringing. You put it on silent, trying to go to sleep. Then you noticed the texts weren't from Bakugou, but from Kirishima and Todoroki. Both of them were very worried about you because Bakugou said something. You said it was all fine and explained the situation to them. You not wanting to meet at the coffee shop because you're being really anxious because what he said, you didn't meet him, and Bakugou got really mad and started cursing you out on your phone. You just couldn't deal with it anymore and said, "Leave me alone." Bakugou said, "Please just meet up with me." You decided you would meet up with him this time. The same coffee shop at 9 o'clock. You met up, and he started talking to you like nothing happened. It made you so mad that you just walked out. He ran after you, so you started running in the opposite direction. You fell into this alleyway, not knowing what to do, so you used one of the quirks that you've been saving, and you climbed up the wall of this building and ran onto the rooftops. As you got onto the rooftops, you noticed Bakugou couldn't see you anymore. After a few minutes of waiting, you just sat there, not knowing what to do. You sighed to yourself and walked home. Your phone was blown up. You forgot it at your house. Bakugou was really worried about you. And he said, "Why do you keep on doing this? I really need to talk to you," with a middle finger emoji. He sent you very weird mixed messages. You decided to ignore him. So Kirishima texted you, saying, "Yo, Bakugou needs to talk to you." I said, "I don't want to talk to him." And you turned your phone on Do Not Disturb. Later that day, you hear a knock on your door. You didn't want to answer it, so your mom did. "Hello? Hello?" A nice face, your mom said to this boy. Not knowing who it was, you walked downstairs and said, "Mother, who is it?" And then you noticed it was Bakugou and said, "Don't let him in." Your mother, being the nice, polite person she is, she said, "But we don't want to keep him outside. You guys should talk. He said he's here for you." I said, "I don't want to talk to him." You said, "I don't want to talk to him." He looked at you and said, "God, you've been avoiding me for almost 2 weeks now. What is your problem?" "I don't want to talk to you," you said. You don't really know what your problem is. As you were walking, you were thinking, "I don't know what my problem is. I just don't want to talk to him. He seems very mean, and I'm nervous about what he's going to say to me." Bakugou comes in the house because your mother invited him in. he asked where your room was, and your mother pointed up the stairs and said, "You take a right. You go upstairs, and then you take a right. It's the first door on the second hallway." Your house is really big, and he noticed that he got lost, but eventually he found your room by your name printed on the door. He knocked on the door and said, "Can I come in?" You said, "No, leave." He just slammed the door open. "Why don't you want to talk to me?" That's where I'm gonna leave off. I hope you enjoy this. This one was longer. Um, so I don't really care, but if we get more than 3 likes on this video in the first 3 hours, I will do a second part. I'll do the finishing part of this today. So I guess I just made a like goal. Okay, well, bye guys.